Do you know what the edge of surfing greatness looks like? From the biggest waves ever surfed to a group of Santas making history at Bondi and a surfboard that's longer than a school bus, after watching this video, you'll never look at surfing the same way. These are surfing records that'll never be broken. But first, we've got Rodrigo Cocha tackling a wave so monstrous that it's like a scene from a surfer's wildest dream.
This looks like the wave of my life, so...
This dude surfed an 80-foot giant at Nazaré, Portugal. That's like riding down an 80-story building, but on water. Nazaré's notorious for cooking up these mammoth waves, all thanks to its freaky underwater layout. Before Cocha, it was Garrett McNamara holding the fort with a 78-footer, but then Cocha came and took the crown. Watching him surf that beast, man, it's like watching someone defy gravity. Now, Nazaré has turned into the mecca for big wave surfers. Thanks to daredevils like Cocha and McNamara, it's where you go to dance with the giants. I know this fact may make you think you've seen it all, but wait till you see the jaw-dropping records we reveal at the end of this video. Number 22. While riding this wave, Rodrigo Cocha set another record for not only surfing the biggest wave, but also for the longest ride on a single wave. If you think that's impressive, wait till you hear the next record. Number 21. American surfing legend Kelly Slater has an incredible record of winning 11 World Surf League championships, making him one of the sport's most successful competitors ever.
I had many years where I had all my energy strictly going into trying to improve my surfing.
Slater got into surfing at just 5 years old and turned pro in 1990. He quickly made a name for himself, winning the first pro event in France in 1992. That same year, at only 20, he became the youngest world champion in surfing history. During his career, Slater was unstoppable, especially from 1994 to 1998, when he snagged 5 world titles in a row. This period wasn't just about wins, it was also when surfing started to hit it big on TV. After taking a break, Slater came back in 2002 with the same fire. He grabbed the world title again in 2005 and 2006, breaking the winning streak of Hawaii's Andy Irons. Slater kept up his winning ways, trading titles with other big names like Mike Fanning. His 11th and final world title came in 2011 after a bit of drama with the ASP announcing his win too early because of a points mix-up. He officially got the title at the Rip Curl Pro Search. But this isn't the only unbreakable record that Kelly Slater owns. Number 20. This surfing powerhouse is recognized as the oldest surfer to win major championships. His career is nothing short of legendary, with 11 world titles and 55 championship tour victories. Even into his late 40s, Slater continues to compete at the highest level, proving his exceptional skill and staying power in the world of professional surfing. On the other hand, in 2014, Gabriel Medina made a splash in the surfing world by becoming the youngest World Surf League champion at just 20 years old. His standout moment came with a win at the Quicksilver Pro Gold Coast event, marking him as the first Brazilian man to take this title.
I want not to sit there and wait for a good one, you know.
This victory was especially impressive because Medina had just come back from a broken leg. He wrapped up his stellar season by winning the Billabong Pipeline Masters in Hawaii, making him the first Brazilian ASP World Champion. With this, he matched Kelly Slater's record of clinching a world championship at just 20 years old, a feat Slater achieved back in 1992. Number 19. On December 15, 2015, a crowd of 320 people all dressed up as Santa Claus hit Bondi Beach for a surfing lesson. But they weren't just there to catch some waves. They had a bigger goal in mind. They were aiming to set a new world record and at the same time raise awareness for funds for mental health. The surf school, Let's Go Surfing, along with the gift retailer Red Balloon and the surf charity One Wave, put together this 30-minute lesson. It included tips on the shore and then some real action on the water. The surf was just right that day, making it perfect for lots of beginners to get up on their boards for the first time. And guess what? They did it. They smashed the world record for the largest surf lesson. Number 18. Donald Detloff from Maui, Hawaii has the world's largest collection of surfboards, a staggering 647 of them. He started collecting them back in 1990, and now he's got so many that he even built a fence with them at his home. He clinched this record on November 5, 2009, and was the first to get this unique record. Number 17. Over in the world of big wave surfing, Brazilian surfer Andrea Moller made some waves of her own. On January 16, 2016, at Peahi Maui, Hawaii, she set a world record for the biggest women's paddle-in wave by catching a massive 42-foot wave. This was a groundbreaking moment as it was the first official record in this category.
This race means to me, it's basically that challenge that I think goes back in history.
Women's big wave surfing has been gaining more recognition lately, though it faced its share of outdated attitudes. Back in 1963, big wave surfing legend Buzzy Trent claimed that women would be more prone to panic than men in big surf, suggesting it was too dangerous for them. Well, surfers like Andrea Moller are proving that old sexist mindset wrong, showing just how fearless and capable women surfers are when it comes to riding the big ones. Number 16. In 2015, Josh Enslin, a South African surfer, made history by setting a Guinness World Record for the longest surfing session. He pulled off this incredible feat at Pollock Beach in Port Elizabeth, South Africa, by surfing an unbelievable 30 hours and 11 minutes. Enslin smashed the previous record of 29 hours and 27 minutes held by American surfer Ben Shaw in 2014. During this epic surf marathon, Enslin caught a staggering 455 waves, battling through various challenging weather conditions. But it wasn't just about setting a record. Enslin turned his surfing feat into a charitable event, raising about $2,000. The funds were used to donate surf gear, blankets, and canned food to underprivileged surfers and street kids in Port Elizabeth, making his record-setting effort meaningful on multiple levels. Number 15. Mark Richards made a huge splash in the surfing world by winning 4 world titles in a row from 1979 to 1982. This incredible streak not only set him apart in the history of professional surfing, but also showed just how dominant he was in the sport during that time. Richards was known for his unique style and fierce competitiveness on the waves, which played a huge part in securing his status as one of the greatest surfers of his generation. Number 14. Garrett McNamara is a true legend in the world of extreme surfing. He's not just a surfer, he's a pioneer who tackled some of the most awe-inspiring and fearsome waves out there. The giant waves at Nazaré in Portugal? Garrett faced them head-on, riding these towering walls of water that most wouldn't dare to challenge. And if that wasn't enough, he took surfing to the next level by riding a tsunami wave in Alaska that was triggered by a glacial calving. Number 13. Frida Zamba is a trailblazer in women's professional surfing, known for her remarkable achievements in the 1980s. She distinguished herself by becoming the first woman to win 4 world surfing titles. Her dominance in the sport during this era set a new standard and inspired many aspiring female surfers. Zamba's accomplishments have cemented her legacy as one of the most influential figures in the history of women's surfing. Number 12. Teahupo'o in Tahiti is known for its massive and powerful waves, a real magnet for big wave surfers. In 2000, Laird Hamilton took on a wave at Teahupo'o that was off the charts. What made Hamilton's ride so iconic wasn't just the risk or the skill involved. It was like watching a perfect blend of danger, beauty, and adrenaline all rolled in one. That moment at Teahupo'o has become a symbol of what big wave surfing is all about. Pushing limits, facing fears head-on, and the pure thrill of riding a massive wave. Number 10. Surfing's historic debut at the 2020 Olympics, held in 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, saw Carissa Moore from the United States and Italio Ferreira from Brazil become the first ever Olympic gold medalists in surfing. Moore triumphed in the women's category, while Ferreira clinched men's gold in the men's category. The victories set a historical precedent in the sport, marking a significant milestone in the history of competitive surfing. Number 9. On June 20th, 2015, a group of 66 people ranging in age from 15 to 79 geared up to catch a wave on a single massive surfboard. They managed to balance this gigantic board for 12 seconds, breaking the record for the most people riding a surfboard at once. But it wasn't the only record they broke. Guinness World Records officially checked out the surfboard and confirmed it was the world's largest. The board was so huge it needed a forklift truck to lift it. It measured a whopping 42 feet 1.5 inches, or 12.83 meters long, 11.1 inch or 3.37 meters wide, and 1 foot 4.4 inches or 0.41 meters thick. That's about as long as a 4-story building is tall, or nearly the length of a cricket pitch. Number 8. On October 18, 2011, at the 3rd annual Surf City Surf Dog event in Huntington Beach, California, it was a big day for a bunch of surfing dogs. Among them was Abby Girl, an Australian Kelpie rescue dog ready to do more than just ride the waves. She was aiming for a world record. Abby had to surf a minimum of 30 yards, which is pretty impressive even for us two-legged surfers. With a GPS tracker on her, she dived into the ocean, all geared up for the challenge. When she finally paddled back to shore, everyone was stoked to find out she had surfed an incredible 65.62 yards, or 60 meters, breaking the world record for the longest wave ever surfed by a dog in open water. Number 7. Josh Insulin must have been exhausted after his longest surfing marathon. He surfed for a whopping 30 hours and 11 minutes at Pollock Beach in Port Elizabeth, South Africa, back in November 2015. That's a serious test of endurance. Number 6. Now, let's test your knowledge. Who was the first person to score 2 perfect 10 rides in the same heat? If you guessed Kelly Slater, you're spot on. During the 2005 Billabong Tahiti Pro Final at Teahupo'o, Slater pulled off this incredible feat. He racked up a perfect score of 20 out of 20. That's classic Slater for you. Number 5. Okay, one more question. What's the fastest speed for a surfboard towed by a car? It was Lane Beachley who set this wild record. She hit a speed of 78.26 kilometers per hour, or 48.62 miles per hour on a surfboard at the Sydney International Regatta Centre in Penrith, NSW, Australia on March 21, 2011. That's like surfing on the highway. Number 4. The national surfing champ made headlines with the longest wave surfed on open water, a record-breaking 43.1 miles, or 66.47 kilometers. This incredible feat took place on the Panama Canal, Panama City on March 19, 2011. Number 3. Then there's Garrett McNamara, the Hawaiian big wave legend who holds the record for largest wave surfed back in November 2011. At Nazaré, Portugal, McNamara conquered a massive 78-foot or 23.7 meter wave, a stunt that still has people talking. Number 2. The longest surfboard record belongs to the epic big board ride in Huntington Beach. This massive board is 12.83 meters or 42 feet long, 3.37 meters or 11 feet wide, and 41 centimeters or 1.4 feet thick. It's a true behemoth of a board. And number 1. Let's not forget James Cotton, the Australian surfer with a stroke of luck. He holds the record for longest surfing ride on a river bore, after crushing an amazing 17.2 kilometers or 10.6 miles on the Kampar River in Sumatra, Indonesia on March 10, 2016.